What's up, Steppers? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I know we coming at you live a little bit later than you may be expecting, depending on where you're located. But switched up the scenery a little bit. Got some things I got going on, but let me get right into it. Get get into what you're here for, all right? So first off, how many calls to get your first wholesale deal? So when I first started calling, I was calling, and it was like how many licks till you get to the center of a until you get to the center of a tootsie pop, right? But for myself, ended up making the calls until I got my first wholesale deal. So now these days, I actually understand how many calls it takes to get that first deal. So how many calls does it take to get the first deal? Let's get right into it. I fully believe in a formula, and the formula that I believe to be true as far as how many calls to get your first deal is 20%. So I believe that it's a 20% is the formula, right? So meaning your contacts to actual non, how many people you contact to how many people you've called. I feel like that should equate to 20%. So the reason why, if you call 75 people in a day, right, then you'll get 15 contacts. That 15 contacts will get you that'll get you your deal, but not just on the first call. Obviously, it'll get you your deal as you keep going. And how long? And guys, this is what I've seen to be true in my own business. If you continue with the 20% contact percentage rate for 2 weeks straight, meaning 14 days, 2 weeks straight, you will get deals coming your way. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of, you will. If you continue 20%, if you average 20% a day on your calls for 2 weeks straight, calling 7 days a week, the deals will just be coming to you. You'll have a problem with like having too many deals. That'll be your problem instead of getting a deal. All right, guys. So 20%. But let me get into something else because this is the last entry to this segment. Um, and don't overthink that for real. 20%. So if you call 100 people and then you do 20 calls, let's say 20 contacts out of calling 100 people, then that's a 20%. So if you get that 20%, there you go, you'll get your deal. And for myself, I fully believe it's not a matter of if. It's like it will happen. Just make sure you stay consistent. What will happen is throughout those 2 weeks, you'll find yourself wavering with your belief and your consistency. If you fully believe it and you fully stay consistent, it will happen. Now, what else I want to get into on this last segment of Cold Call to Success Live is what I wish I would have done in the beginning of my career, right? So 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, when I first started cold calling real estate, what would have I have done different? For myself, what I would have done different 4.5 years ago is started cold calling earlier. I would have started cold calling earlier. Like I'm talking about as soon as I first started calling. What's up, Javier? I see you just commented. Yo, I would have started cold calling as soon as I first started hearing about real estate. So what I mean by that is I first heard about real estate through, the Breakfast Club. If you're familiar with my story, you understand Mark Witten, all that, right? I got on the phone, I cold called for sell by owner leads for a few seconds. But I did decide to, once, everything started going, I started looking into more people, figuring out more things. And I decided to start doing direct mail, bandit signs, and the post signs as well. I decided to start doing all those things. I wish in the beginning of my career, again, I would have just stuck with one simple thing, and that is cold calling. That's one thing I wish I would have done differently. I did not do it. I started cold calling about 6 months in, something like that. And once I started about 6 months in, then I picked up steam and I actually got my first deal. That's when I started just full out cold calling. So what I have for you, first, 20%. That's the numbers. That's the magic number you should always aim for when it comes to cold calling. Number two, what I wish I would have done differently is cold call in the beginning and have full faith that it will work out. Not ever waver, not spread myself too thin, trying to do 3 or 4 different marketing streams. No, just cold call and have faith, right? Have faith and also aim for 20%, which means that if you're calling 100 people, you aim for 20 contacts. If you're calling, 20 people, you aim for 4 contacts. Yeah, it's good math, huh? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. So, um, last thing I got for you guys, since we don't have any Q&As going on for all my people that's going to be watching this, showing love on the replay. Um, I appreciate you guys showing love. And last thing that I have for you guys out here, for all you steppers watching, if you're watching this, you're probably in real estate wholesaling space, or maybe you want to get in the real estate wholesaling space. That being said, as you get into this, before you get into this, find your purpose. Go back to reference if you want to find out my purpose. Purpose is passion. Steps to success. Season 1. My apologies. Not purpose is passion, but it was find your purpose. I think that's the name of it. Steps to success. Season 1. I talk about my purpose, and having a purpose really keeps you consistent throughout this process, especially when it comes to this real estate wholesaling process specifically. So for all of you new steppers out there, for all of you steppers that are just starting the real estate wholesaling journey, be sure to make sure you have your purpose in mind every time you move throughout your process. All right. And I really don't have anything else for you guys. There ain't no secrets to this business. I guess this is my last spill. It's been great doing this segment with you guys, Cold Call to Success live. Um, if you are, wanting to learn more about Cold Call to Success and everything what that means, go ahead and hit up the first season segment, whatever you want to call it, of Cold Call to Success. And in this present moment, if you'd like to learn more about, how I cold call and some of my tips and tricks, go ahead and check out Cold Call to Success, the course as well. Um, so, well, our guy Javier just responded. Okay, and I'm gonna answer that question right there. Give me 1 second. Um, Last thing I have for you guys, when it comes to cold calling and when it comes to real estate and real estate wholesaling, um, there's so many different things that you can do when it comes to this space, but you always just stick to one route and stay continue with that route. The reason why it's important to stay continue with that route because you don't want to burn yourself out. That's the last thing I have for you guys. Avoid burnout throughout this business. And the way you avoid burnout is simply taking satisfaction in daily action and also just loving where you're at in this current stage of life. Wherever you're at in life, love it. That way you don't burn out thinking you should be somewhere else or trying to get there more faster than the universe is currently allowing. You feel me? All right, Javier. I appreciate you tuning in and joining the journey for one, first and foremost. And for two, have I thought about getting into the mobile home niche? I won't say I've thought about it. I can't say that it's something that I've been actively looking forward to. I've actually gotten a mobile home under contract before, was not able to close it. It was when I first kind of got into the business, but it was when I was full time. But that being said, it was because of the HOA fees. Didn't have anybody interested in the mobile home process. Another thing that I've come across when it comes to mobile homes is I've had somebody try to sell me the actual mobile home, but it didn't come with the land. So basically, that's one thing you got to watch for. And it says that you can anytime somebody sells it, you don't have to tell you if it's, if it's attached to the land or if you're just buying the mobile home itself. And that's a big difference. I got excited, thought I had a deal. The numbers made sense, but it was just buying the mobile home and not actually buying the land itself with the mobile home. Major difference, but there are markets for it. You must be in the mobile home niche. If so, man, yeah, there's markets for it. Uh, there's a lot of people that are going to need mobile homes. Places like Phoenix, Arizona, there were $200,000 mobile homes. So that's a major difference than it was somewhere close to Westchester in Cincinnati. It was like an $80,000 mobile home. So it's a big open area, especially for trends of how housing is going, the housing market. I do think it could be when it comes to investing in mobile homes. I feel like it could be better as a cash investment. That's just my thought process. I feel like if you were buying it to be, actually the person managing the mobile home, and then you are there, maybe have my bad, you buy it and have somebody manage the mobile home, but you're the, landlord. I feel like that's the best bet because you got a big opportunity for a great investment. But as far as wholesaling it, it's not to say that you can't, but you got to find the right buyer. But that's just like any other deal. You got to find the right buyer. I feel like with every deal, any wholesale deal, I promise you, it's a great deal. You just got to find a perfect buyer. If it's a close on the numbers, right? If you got some Javier or anybody else watching this, if you have experience with your wholesale numbers, if you feel like you're looking at it, it's like, man, these are some pretty decent numbers, but it's kind of tight, right? That means that it's a great deal. You just got to find a better buyer, especially in this market, man. There's so many, I feel like that'll be what sets people apart when it comes to just wholesaling, as the trends of this, economy and the U.S. economy and everything, if we continue down the same route, I feel like the most important thing is actually going to be buyers. I feel like the people who have legit buyers are going to be even more important than the people who are finding the deals. Just my thought process, but what do I know? But I can say right now I'm working to find buyers and sellers and mush it all together. And a win-win is how you win. That's all I got for you steppers out here watching, though. I appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Keep loving the journey. I got some more content coming for you guys. And man, it's like moments like this excite me, guys. Let me tell you why. Because when you press rewind, the story is going to be way more interesting. All right. Until next time, as always, as long as your heart is in every step, then you're already a success. Get to stepping. Javier, appreciate you reaching back. Glad to join the journey. My guy.